Okay, suppose you're having a conversation with a co-worker. Imagine. And you seem to disagree about some topics. Happens when we're talking about something and there's a disagreement, you both don't agree on a certain point and there is some kind of disagreement. There's a clash of thoughts and there's a clash of ego. It might also happen that you get very angry while speaking, but at this moment, will it be good for you to express your emotions completely? Will it be ideal for you if you cry out loud or show your anger? You must have seen some people doing that. And if you are doing this, then this video is for you. Where at the spur of the moment, you have an emotional outburst and you want to just shout at the person or just slap the person. You must have seen some videos on the internet where the employee and the employer, there's a difference of opinion, or maybe within colleagues, between colleagues, and a person is not able to manage his emotions and just reacts. Certainly, it is not an ideal reaction. After all, it's a professional setup. You cannot completely show your emotions. People around you might not welcome it pleasingly. It is not roadies. It is a professional setup. When we feel strong emotions, our bodies go through some changes. Changes like the heart rate shoots up, the muscle will tighten up, and you tend to feel uncomfortable. So, what to do in such situations? How to control your emotions? This is the exact question I wish to answer through this video. So, as I discussed earlier, there might be situations when conversations become heated up in the workplace. Well, the conversations might get heated up in your personal life as well. It happens, right? While talking to your spouse, while talking to your parents, your kids, there are moments when the other person does not align with your thought process. You expect the person to respond in a certain way, but then it doesn't work. And as a result, there is a fight, there is a clash of ego, and then again you react. Now, do you know what happens when situations get tense? We tend to say things that might hurt the other person, and we all know the famous quote that once words come out of the mouth, they cannot be taken back. And the words we speak out in moments of emotional outburst can also have a long-term effect. Let's close your eyes and ask yourself, remember all those moments when someone shouted at you, when someone abused you. Do you remember those moments? I guess you do remember. You would remember those moments when you felt bad, when you did not like the way you were treated. Now, the other person might be having an emotional outburst, and as a result, he just shouted at you, maybe your boss, maybe your parents, maybe your spouse, maybe your children, anyone. But then the impact, it stays over here, and it can, there is some kind of gap now in that relationship. That is why it is necessary to be in control of emotions. And one technique that has always helped me in being in control of my emotions is labeling the feeling or acknowledging the feeling. For instance, while having a conversation with your friend, you might disagree with their thoughts. So at that moment, you might be feeling angry or aroused that I will say something to him. So what you can do is acknowledge your anger. Yes, acknowledge your anger. You can say to yourself, I'm feeling angry because I disagree with my friend. I am feeling angry because I disagree with my friend. I am identifying and labeling the emotion. Doing this will help in developing that space between you and your emotion. And building this space might help you in controlling it. Else that emotion will overpower you and you'll not be able to manage it. You will become that emotion and you will just blurt out things. But the moment you create that space by identifying that, okay, I'm feeling angry because of a difference of opinion. That's it. That's it. And then you observe it. You observe this emotion. It works. Automatically, your mind will be under control. You will not be that impulsive, or you may not react impulsively. One more simple technique, which is simple, widely talked about, but really powerful, is yes, you got that right. Breathing. A simple breathing exercise can make you more mindful about your breath and distract you from saying any harsh words. Okay, do it with me. Just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The moment you count from 1 to 5, you distract yourself. This will ensure that you are in control and you will not blurt out words that might hurt the other person. Just do it in your head. I'm not asking you to just count in front of the person and say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just suggesting you to count from 1 to 5 in your head. You might not do it in front of the person, but do it over here. Done. I've counted in my head, then I'm calm. Even looking at the person, I can take a pause, count from 1 to 5, and then go ahead. This will help. Breathing is a technique which you all are familiar with. You have been breathing since day 1 of your life. But then, in those moments where there's a disagreement, there is a verbal exchange of those cuss words, you can just focus on your breath and you'll be much more calm and relaxed. Try this. One more great technique which you can follow is anchoring. Anchoring is a very unique technique. It can really help you. When you are struggling internally, it's easy to miss out on some of what's being said. And you don't want to miss a word in a difficult conversation. A simple anchoring exercise can be really helpful. Place your feet, okay? Place your feet firmly on the ground. Do it. If you're watching this video by sitting on your bed, take a moment and place your feet firmly on the ground. Firmly, exactly. I'm not asking you to stand. If you're sitting, you can still place your feet firmly on the ground. And if you are standing, then that's great. And pay attention now to how the ground feels on the bottom of your shoe. Just feel it. How do you feel it when you stand or when you keep your feet on the ground? Just feel it. This simple technique can help you stay physically grounded and focused. Helps you a lot. One more method that helps in controlling emotions is taking a break. Yes. So whenever you are you're in the middle of a heated conversation or any argument, try taking a break. Suppose while the conversation is going on, both the parties involved are sitting and are just going blah, 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 blah. At that time, what you can do is excuse yourself and take a short break. And in that break, you might drink some water. This will help you gain control over your emotions. I will not advise you to have a hard drink, because that might backfire also. I have seen people who, after drinking, might lose their senses and might say some more things or react in a more aggressive manner, and it just spoils things further. So just go, take a break, go to the washroom, wash your face, drink a glass of water, breathe, relax, and come back. You'll feel at ease and might have a renewed perspective on the discussion at hand. Because when you are in that proximity, in that surroundings, you are just feeling angry. I mean, those words, looking at that person, I mean, how can you ignore the person with whom you're having a fight when he's sitting right in front of you? Even if it happens in your home also, just for that moment, go to washroom or go to some other room or go and go for a walk so that you just distract yourself. You might see some new people around you, you might shift your focus, and that will help you a lot. Also, most of us have said things we later regret in the heat of a difficult conversation. Allow the person who is venting to speak. Do not respond with blame or excuses. Instead, respond. It's important that I understand what you just said. You say this, it's important that I understand what you just said. So I'm going to take some time to digest it and I'll get back to you soon. Allowing yourself time to process your emotions will help to reduce the intensity of your feelings. Do not reciprocate immediately. Take some time to internalize it, then reflect, and then get back to the person. After all, difficult conversations are the norm, especially among co-workers. However, how you react to the circumstances and what are the choice of words that you use during the conversation makes all the difference in the world. Remember, if an interaction with another person becomes emotionally charged and leaving the situation is not an option, you may need to switch to mute. In other words, stop speaking. Hitting mute is useful because when the other person is emotional, sharing your point of view does not help the situation. Allowing the other person to express their feelings is the best thing you can do in that scenario. Sometimes silence is the best answer to controlling our emotions. Yes or no? You look at your experience, whenever you chose silence, you were moving in a direction of making peace. I hope the insights shared in this video will help you to become a person who is more in control of your emotions. Tell me, what all emotional challenges do you face at home, with friends, or with co-workers? What challenges do you face? Let me know in the comments below and I'll try my best to help you out. Till then, stay awesome, stay productive.